kind of flying around at night?
What
kind of bats are those? Or what's typically what you see in?
You live in this area, guys.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's likely to be these. These are the most common bats in our whole state, the free-tails.
Okay.
Free-tails like Boris here. This is Boris Karloff, by the way. I don't know if I told you his full name. Boris Karloff. And Boris has about 12 to 13-inch wingspan. And this is our most abundant, most common bat in the entire state. This is the one we see in every habitat, no matter where you live. You're on Barrier Island, you're in the middle of Jacksonville or Miami, you're going to have these bats, okay? And these are very, very important bats for using bat houses. They're also the #1 bat that colonizes our bat houses. The very first species, typically, to move into a bat house is going to be the free-tails. But that's likely the ones you're seeing. You're seeing a lot of them all at once. Now, 12 to 13-inch wingspan is pretty big. Well, we've got another common one, the evening bat, that's only got a 10-inch wingspan, and at night in the dark, it's really hard to tell that 2-inch difference. So, could also be evening bats, but those are our two most common colonizers. And if it's in the early part of dusk, like it's not really dark yet, those are the ones you see. That would be my guess. Okay.
I have a beautiful bat house uninhabited forever.
Uh-huh. Does it look like that one? Is it painted?
Oh, boy.
No, it's not warm enough. This one's not white, this one's beigey brown. This color, by the way, is Bear Premium Plus. The color's maple. Yeah, it needs to be out in the hot sun. We need bat houses to be out in an open area with at least 25 feet of clear space in every direction, because bats need to fly in circles to get in and out. We also want this thing to be at least 12 feet high. It can be higher, but 12 feet is a minimum because they can't drop down and get airborne without that drop zone. If it's closer to the ground, they can't get in and out of it safely, so they won't probably use it. Sorry? No. The question was, can I buy pheromone or bat attractants? They don't work. Save your money. They don't work. We test everything that comes out, and nothing works. You know, it's funny because you buy these pheromone sprays, you buy the bat guano sprays, and they say on the label, oh, you spray this on every day for a year, and the bats will eventually show up. I'm like, ours get occupied without that in 8 months. So it's not really a very effective product, okay? It's a marketing ploy. The deal is that a well-made bat house in a good location is going to attract bats. Your house is not getting warm enough. And the reason is because the inside of the bat house needs to be 100 degrees before bats will use it. Which is why we take these houses and put them out in the hot sun. We face the widest surface there, which we refer to as the front, east or west, so that the sun hits the wide surface and warms that house up. Even in Florida, they want it warm. Think about where the bats are. If they're not in trees in the natural habitat and they're not in the bat house, where are they likely to be? In an attic. And it's going to be mighty hot in every building up to the top of the roof, isn't it? And that is where they go. So they're seeking those really warm places. Get that bat house, repaint it, take it down, repaint it up this medium brown color, and put it back up and see if you have better luck. I bet you it's just not warm enough. Is it out? Is it in the shade? Or you have it out in the sun? Good. It's in the sun. That's what you need. And this bat house brochure that's up here on the table talks about all that I just spouted out. So you can grab one of those and you'll have the information you need to pick a good location. Do you have a question?
How long are they in bats?
What was it?
How long are they in bats?
How long are their teeth? Not very long. Not much longer than these other bats. It's just that they're very sharp on the side of the tooth. And so when they make a bite, they go like this and scrape the tooth across the skin of the toe, and it makes a little paper cut. You ever had a paper cut?
No.
Well, you will. Don't worry. Anybody? I've some of the worst cuts I've had. Paper cuts. Or aluminum foil. Good God, that cuts you right down. Yes, sir.
By installing bat houses, do you invite the possibility of them getting into your attic?
You don't. And the reason is because bats are not rodents and can't chew their way into a building. They don't have those kinds of teeth. Bats have teeth like ours. Now, if you have a hole or a gap in construction material, or there's some other kind of issue with your roof, and there's a little gap, and bats can get in, they're going to go in. But they didn't make the hole. They're taking advantage of a hole or damage that was already there. So the best way to keep bats out of buildings is prevention. Once a year, get on a ladder, pay your son-in-law, pay a roofer, whatever, do an inspection of all the soffit and all around the area of your roof line to make sure it's good, nice and tight and airtight. All right, if you've got vents on the ends of your gabled ends of your roof, and most of us do for ventilation, make sure the screen is intact. I can't tell you how many places I go, and I look up at brand new construction, and the vents are wide open, and bats can get in there, among other things. So make sure that you're keeping your roof line bat-proof, and you won't have a problem. But typically, when bats move into a bat house, they're not gonna go into your house. This is one of the wonderful ways we can actually give them a place to live and keep them out of our buildings. Another misconception is that if you don't have bat houses up, you're not gonna have bats. And that's not true. The absence of a bat house does not mean there's an absence of bats. In every habitat, every yard, in every neighborhood, every single night, if it's not raining, bats are out hunting in your yard every night. You just don't know it because you're indoors. Okay, you can't hear them, can't see them. They're fast, they're small, they're dark colored, and they're flying really rapidly. Let me see if Boris will talk to us. Here he is. Will you talk to us? No, now all of a sudden you're not going to see him. Those little clicks you're hearing are Boris. Like that stupid commercial when you came in the backseat. Everyone knows that commercial, right? And they think bats are annoying. So these are all sounds that we can't hear. What he's doing right now is he's talking to all of us. He can see you all. He's very engaged. He's very aware of all of us. They have high cognitive ability. And he's talking to each of us. And these are what we call social calls or roost chatter. And we hear bats all the time in bat houses and in other kinds of habitats talking to each other all the time. They're not mute or quiet animals. Just because we can't hear them doesn't mean they're quiet. They're very noisy typically. Yes, sir?
What is that weird remote control thing here?
This weird thing right here, this walkie-talkie thing,
Yeah.
this is called a bat detector. And it actually has, go ahead, Boris, go on. Okay. It actually has microphones here in the end of the thing, in the end. So if you listen, you can hear the sound of my skin. Can you hear the sound of my skin now? No. But with these microphones on the end, you can hear the sound of the skin on my hands move. These are what we call high-frequency sounds, and we can't hear them. But we can use detectors like this to translate that sound into a sound wave we can hear. And we use these a lot of times when we do bat hikes at night with kids or anything like that. We have a lot of these little detectors that you can turn on and change the frequency and listen to bats. These are pretty strong microphones. You can buy one of these. They sell them on the internet for about $250 a piece. They're not the least expensive bat detector on the planet, but they're the only one you're going to get for this much money that's going to work efficiently. Many, many small bat detectors are available for about $100, but they're not worth a darn. The batteries are worth more than the detector. So if you're going to really do it, you need to really listen to bats. Let's see if I can do another bat here. These are also bat calls on my phone. There's a wide array of calls, and a lot of these are slowed down so that we can actually hear them. Many of these calls are so rapid and so fast that it just sounds like a buzz or a hum to our ears. So you can hear a lot of different kinds of bats if